think if you consider entering into a marriage is entering into a legal union, I think it's imperative that you take legal advice to understand how that's going to affect your legal position if that marriage ended. Especially if you're marrying for the second time or third time, you may have children from a previous relationship that you want to cater for by way of any future inheritance. And I think it's really important that you understand how your new marriage is going to affect that.
Sometimes people don't necessarily know what it could do to their position. For example, if you are remarrying after getting previously divorced, then how is your new marriage going to have a bearing upon the assets that you've got? Is there anything you need to do to perhaps protect those assets?
If a couple asked me for advice before they were about to get married, I would say to them that I would congratulate them on the fact that they've decided to get married. They've obviously had the nice experience of falling in love and deciding on a future path. They now need to have a difficult conversation for just in case the worst happens. And that difficult conversation should be how they should treat their financial assets, how they're going to practice raising their children, dividing up their assets, should the worst happen. And that might be if one of them dies, or it might be if their marriage breaks down. So they should, when they've had that difficult conversation, together go and see a lawyer and find out what they need to do to make sure that if the worst happens, they can know what their future then will be and plan for it.
So what I would say to them, whilst it might seem unromantic, is consider whether you need to protect assets, particularly if you are bringing assets or property into the marriage itself. Have an agreement. That might seem unromantic, but I say to clients, look at it as an insurance policy. Hopefully you'll never need it, but it's there if you ever should.